Welcome to another episode of Sea City TV. I'm your host, Stefan Roots, and we're here live from Studio 926 on May 9th, 2012. Now, we usually have the green screen all set up, but I was just too lazy to put it up today. So we're broadcasting still at the studio, but in the library. Hope you guys don't mind. We've got about 5 or 6 stories that went on in the past week that we really have to cover, because some big news is happening in Chester. Where should we begin? The biggest story going on in Chester this week, bar none, is the graduation at Widener University, where a family of 3, a mother, her daughter, and her son, are graduating together in the same graduation ceremony. Show me some other school, some other time in America, where you have a mother, a son, and a daughter all graduating together. It's happening here in Chester this week at Widener University. That's right, Tanya Burns, her daughter, Sharday Burton, and her son, Tyrone Sturdivant, are all graduating together. Now, Tyrone's no stranger to the Chester City blog or the Chester Spotlight even. We featured him when he graduated high school. He was one of the, in the top 4 of his class. When he went to Widener, we featured him, well, we didn't feature him, but we had him in a shot with Dr. Ben Carson when he came to do a lecture at Widener University. Who was in the room? Future Dr. Tyrone. And Tyrone also formed the Widener student chapter of the NAACP. What an awesome guy. We look forward to him doing great things as Chester's next doctor. But a family of 3 graduating together, how phenomenal was that? And not only will they be graduating at the ceremony this year, but we have another Chester resident who's over 70 years old. She enrolled at Widener when she was 68. Her name's Virginia. They call her Ginny Abrams. Now, she says she's going to go ahead and get her master's now that she's got her bachelor's. Awesome stories right there out of Widener University. So for those of you who keep hating on Widener, keep hating. The other big event that went on this week was the Chester Youth Summit that was held on Saturday again at Widener University. As we recall, we didn't have a youth summit last year because everybody was afraid to do anything last year because of violence in the streets, but it looks like we're getting a lot braver this year, a lot more courage. We're coming out and we're doing things as we should. I have to give the organizers credit because they took the anti-violence out of the name of the Youth Summit event or the mission or the theme, and now they're focusing on, as they always did, education, health, and just getting our youth to progress to the next level. The keynote speaker was everybody's keynote speaker around here, Dre Clark. And rightly so. Dre can speak. And he targeted a speech directly to the kids. He was very stern. He was very direct. He pulled no punches. It was a phenomenal delivery. Thank God for Twitter, because I knew nothing of this youth summit coming up. I came in late Friday night and checked in on Twitter before I went to bed, and there was Dre Clark talking about putting the finishing touches on his speeches. And I tweeted him back. I was like, where are you going to be? He says, I'll be at Widener at the youth summit. And I was like, wow. I wish I had known about it. We would have promoted it on the blog. So for those of you who organize the Youth Summit, I mean, if you want the Chester City blog to be involved, send me a press release, send me an email, do something like that. I mean, if you don't want me involved, just keep doing what you did this year. But if there was a promotion for it, it just totally went over my head because I didn't get anything directly. I'm so glad I found out about it because that is one event we really want to get the public to know about. And what better place to get it out than the Chester City blog? The other big event that went on this week is right here in Chester. A Tuskegee Airman landed at the Crozier Library. That's right, our favorite Tuskegee Airman, local guy, Eugene Richardson, came in and did his speech one more time. He was here in November 07 to be exact, and I was there with about 7, maybe 8 other people. Empty room, but it doesn't bother him, man. He gives a presentation that's out of this world. I did a little story in the Chester Spotlight, but, you know, I didn't bring my tape recorder or anything like that, having no idea how powerful his message would be. Well, thank God the Red Tail movie came out, and I was criticized greatly for criticizing the movie. I really didn't think it was a good movie. But as a result of the movie, that room was packed on Saturday. People came out, black, white, young, old, even children came to hear a real Tuskegee Airman, and he did not disappoint. And he's another guy who does not pull any punches. He gave us a history lesson of blacks in the military, all the way up to his experience as a Tuskegee Airman. It's a powerful story. I was so glad that now we're in an age where there's technology. Last time I had a pen and a pad. This time I had a video camera to capture the whole thing. So that was a special event here in Chester this week. Reverend Michael Robinson has been appointed by Governor Corbett to be on the, okay, I've got to read this title, excuse me, the Advisory Commission on African American Affairs. Isn't that great? One of our own has the governor's ear on African American affairs. I'm really curious what's going to come out of this commission. Congratulations, Mike. I don't know if you guys know that Mike Robinson and I are probably twins. We were crib mates because we were born the exact same day in the exact same hospital. We ended up at Chester High together in college prep, taking just about every class together. Mike was that quiet dude sitting on the side there. But I always kept my eye on him because he was a wrestler. And anybody who can climb a rope, I've got respect for you. Mike has done a phenomenal work. He's an incredible public speaker, and I'm just so proud to see Mike progress into the leader that he is today. That's my twin brother, my man Mike. Keep up the great work. And you can catch him on WDAS radio. I don't know the time that he comes on, but he does a gospel show on there. And the man's always working, and a great family man too. Love you, Mike. One of the biggest stories this week was Chester Idol. Chester Idol at Chester High School, put on by the Kappa Alumni Association of Chester. They did a phenomenal job, as I told you they would. That show was great. Where do we begin? You know where we're going to begin? We're going to begin with, how can a white girl from Garnet Valley win Chester Idol? Well, I'm going to tell you why. She was better than everybody else who participated. Unfortunately, we didn't have many people from Chester participate. In fact, the first, second, and third place winners don't even live in Chester. Stephanie, the winner, she's from Garnet Valley. The A brothers, they're from Philadelphia. And Castell Abner III, I really don't believe he lives in Chester. But hey, hold on. Don't shoot me yet. We know that the Abner family is all about Chester. One of the most successful families to ever come out of Chester. So hey, Castell III, we're not hating on you. You're one of ours. But the bottom line is, where's the people from the Penn, the LV, the West Side, the East End, the downtown, Sunville? Where are you guys at? Everybody's claiming they got all this burn. Well, first of all, the Kappas did a very wise thing. They didn't allow rap as a category that they were going to promote. It had to be singing. It had to be poetry. It had to be dancing. It had to be something along those lines. So we had only a few native Chester people come out and participate. It was an interesting show. Not just interesting, it was a great show. They had special guests, Jemai. I had heard of Jemai, but I've never heard him perform. He is bad. And then the Afro Blue Vocal Band. I don't watch those reality shows, those TV shows, but boy, did they bring it. That harmony and the stagemanship was incredible. Miss Tyra Starr, she was elegant, she was gorgeous, she did a super duper job keeping everybody engaged and in the flow. And then the contestants themselves. Some of them were, you could tell, a little nervous, but what really disappointed me a little bit is some of them didn't listen to the judges at the audition who told them, don't be coming in here trying to sing Beyonce and Adele and Mariah Carey. Pick something simple, something that complements your voice, a song that's familiar to the audience. For some reason, they didn't take that advice, and that's why the top three winners were the top three winners. Second and third place could have gone either way. Castell III playing that keyboard and singing Love from Soul Child, that was a beautiful rendition. The A brothers, they didn't sing a real familiar song. They sung a new Tyrese song, but they sang it so well and the choreography was so on point. Really, I think the only difference between second and third is the fact that the A brothers came out and said, "Yo, Chester!" They're the only group that greeted the crowd. I really think that's what took them from third to second place. They greeted the crowd. But Stephanie, she sang that Etta James song. It was the perfect song. It's a song that we're all familiar with, It's a song that we would sit back and sing along to if we know the words, and it fit her voice perfectly. She had a beautiful dress. She used the stage well. Stephanie, congratulations, you brought it. Mother's Day is coming up. Silk Gordy's having that show up at the Wilson Center. You better get your tickets because that place is always packed. He brings you a great show every time. I think the Ebonies are the headliners this year. He's got a great DJ. There's always food. You can bring your own stuff to wash down your food. I guess that's a good way of putting it. It starts generally, I think the doors open at 5. It's always an early show, so you're home in time to get together for work on Monday. But don't forget that Silk Gordy is going to have his special Mother's Day tribute celebration. CNC, actually. It's Carlton and his wife Carla put the show together, and it's a fabulous show every year. Andre Acoustique on the Friday before Mother's Day is also having a blues show. And on Saturday, let me check my notes here. Something's going on Saturday. Oh, the Mother's Day Parade. That's going on Saturday. So it's a full weekend. And Sunday, there's going to be a soccer game at 12:30. Hence, the soccer uniform. How you like this one, guys? Huh? Real soccer fans go crazy over this. I wear this shirt. When I wear this shirt on South Street, people follow me. Let me show you the back. Can I show you the back? There's the back. Can you guys see that? I bought this when I was in Barcelona. They had just won the European Cup. I don't know nothing about soccer, but boy, did they party! It couldn't have been a better time to be in Barcelona. So I wanted to bring back some reminder of that, so I brought this shirt. And man, when I wear this thing on South Street, people follow me. When I wear it to New York, people are asking me questions. This is a crazy shirt. Soccer's a crazy sport. Soccer actually is so big that it has dictated that church must start early. Or at least it was suggested that church starts early on Mother's Day so that the soccer crowd can get their favorite parking spots in the churches that offer parking for the soccer game. And this broadcast is being done on Wednesday night, and there's a soccer game tonight. So those of you who have Bible study, you better call ahead to make sure that Bible study is going to be held because there's a soccer game tonight. Thanks for joining us here on C-City TV. I'm your host, Stefan Roots, and we'd like to sign out by saying, if you miss a day, you miss a lot on the Chester City blog. That's chesterblog.com. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you tell a friend. We're out.